Yeah. I got melanin. Oh yeah. I got melanin. You bet. We got melanin. 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 I got melanin. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Jazz.
What's good, y'all? It's Nick, and welcome to Melanin Code.
The podcast where we give y'all entertainment from our goofy personalities, a discussion on life, and we're also showing out for the culture.
So this week we are talking about Black Twitter, the difference between Black and White Twitter. Why does everyone call it Black Twitter, and what is so great about it? Everything. Jasmine wouldn't know too much about Black Twitter because one, she's not on Twitter, but really, other than like the podcast when I don't do it. So, overall, Jasmine, then the first question is, what do you know about Black Twitter? Don't do too much. I saw that.
Uh, so what I know of Black Twitter is it's an amazing community of all brown people, and it's got jokes, it's got facts, and you know, it's a good time.
Basically, Black Twitter is everything white people can't say.
Pretty much, you know.
Period. If you're not even, can't even say a person of color, Black.
Yeah, you gotta be Black.
As you can see the part where I haven't finished my hair, but
Ooh.
yeah, babe. Don't do too much. Yeah. So basically, Black Twitter is an experience. I don't like Black Twitter is where you see support in a different aspect. You got Instagram. Let's be honest. Based off your race, your Instagram is gonna look different.
And will
Definitely look different. You Black, you 9 out of 10 follow the Shade Room, or you have something dealing with the Shade Room on your Instagram account.
some type of shape.
You have something that's gonna keep you up with some Black celebrity drama period, or celebrity drama period. Um, you had that one page that talks about just living the melanin photos. Like, if you're Black, 9 out of 10 you follow Hall of Prom.
Yeah.
If you're Black and you're in high school, you followed Hall of Prom. But
I wanted to be on Hall of Prom so bad. Tag them in every photo you took, every photo you posted.
I didn't tag them because I didn't like my prom stuff after a fact. Uh, Girl, basically, I would say Black Twitter is a type of community that we all find on different social networking sites. You can't find a Black community on Snapchat, so I would try. Black TikTok, that's a thing. Just like we have Black Vine. These are all different things, and I say that we mainly relate to.
Yeah.
Because it's something. But yeah, this is basically stuff that we can relate to, just like the videos, just the content that we see. We can't really give specific examples per se, but overall, I'm gonna say let's give some examples of like reaction. How what is the difference between Black and White Twitter? What would you say the difference is, Jasmine?
The difference between Black and White Twitter would be the overall experience. Like, there are some jokes that are made on Black Twitter that you will just not get if you're not Black. Like, there's certain aspects of just like the Black experience and the Black like growing up lifestyle that you just won't get on White Twitter. There's also, the zest, the flavor. It's different. You know, I feel like sometimes White Twitter can also be kind of like boring, and it's always kind of like a little basic sometimes. Just a little bit.
Basically, for me, I think Black Twitter is where like the biggest places I find that Black Twitter and white and just Twitter in general is different is because of the fact of us as Black people, we try to make light of everything. We try to make jokes. We try to make things funny. And I just remember like most of the time when white people end up on Black Twitter, in a sense, they don't like it because they don't understand why we make everything a joke.
they get offended.
Because you got to find the laughter in something, basically.
Hmm. I mean,
Okay.
I feel like that's the main thing of just like Black people in general. Like, we try to find some sort of happiness within a bad situation, and like to other people it seems like, oh, you can't take anything seriously. No, we're just trying to have, that's our healthy coping mechanism.
Honestly.
What do you want us to do? Like, we're constantly oppressed all the time by a
I
system.
got it. We're not doing it.
Like, come on now, we have to like, and we got to find a way to be happy some way. So obviously, like, we take things seriously, but at the same time we can't just be serious all the time. That's a
About
Debbie.
everything. No, I said, I can't even say that. Sometimes I feel like when Black Twitter gets serious is when people die.
Yeah,
Sometimes. The reason
sometimes.
why I say sometimes is because I feel like Black Twitter ends up in shambles in arguments because of stuff that was said before they died. So,
Yeah,
it's kind of a spectrum if we're being honest.
it's a tricky.
No, no, regular Twitter period is honestly just gonna mourn the death. You got the in memoriam, all of that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Twitter, we for some reason I think that Black Twitter could gatekeeps people who die. Say a rapper dies, they'll be like, yeah, don't none of y'all say rest in peace if you ain't listening to him. Just like, we can't send our condolences to his family.
I just wanted to
Say
extend
rest in peace. I
prayers.
know I didn't listen to his music like
Dang.
that yet. And don't none of y'all try to listen to his music now. Don't be trying to mess up his money after the fact.
Going to his family. Okay.
Babe, you not paying his family because you want to listen to the songs. You better let me listen to his music because it's just like over.
I bet you only stream their music like once or twice a year. Come on now.
Like, dude, it's not that serious to where you have to tell people, yeah, and don't none of y'all talk about him and say no rest in peace after he died. What, you want me to say that before he died?
I'm sorry, I can't give my respect, my condolences.
My thing about it for Black Twitter is we with that whole situation is everybody's not gonna know everybody. Everybody's not gonna know these rappers most of the time before they die. Like, not your favorite rappers and stuff before they pass away most of the time, because guess what? They were not always in the mainstream eye then. They were all like, they were still coming up. People are still getting to know them. Everybody not gonna know. I'm not calling out no rappers' names because Jesus Christ. But yeah, I'm just saying everybody's not gonna know your favorite rapper. He was on SoundCloud. Sorry, babe. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to get to know him, and I'm gonna listen to his music after the fact because hey, okay, he was really talented, or he or she was really talented, and they had the chance to be something great, and their life was cut too short. Let me say that. But the whole you shouldn't be saying nothing if you passed, if you wasn't a fan in the first place, shut your mouth. That is so dumb. It's always been dumb.
Toxic and dumb.
Like, how do you gatekeep a dead person? How? How do you gatekeep somebody that died? I don't understand how you do that. It's just like when I see that on Twitter, I be like, I can't send my condolences. Not his, is his mama gatekeeping him from me? No, then bet. I'm gonna go wish my condolences to his family and tell them I said may he rest in peace. You shut up because he didn't even know your name. Honestly, I say, I'll be real with you. Any Black social media is kind of toxic at times.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Because I feel like maybe like every other week we have to have a conversation, and let's just talk about some topics within Black Twitter that come up very frequently. First, and for one, whoopings, discipline.
Yeah.
That comes up very frequently in Black Twitter, and I feel like, okay, just because you got whooping talking about you turned out fine, no, you're a victim. Stop saying you're going to whoop your kids before they're even here. You're not even pregnant. Stop saying you're going to whoop your children before it. Like, that's so dumb to me. I was just like, you don't even know what type of child you're going to have. You don't know if your child responds to this.
That also stems with like so much of people not realizing that whoopings can be an effective tool in discipline, but when you're just doing it to do it, like, come on, there's an effect.
Like, when you eager to do it, you need to find
like you're not supposed to be eager. That's literally you're eager to be hitting your child. that's not even created yet, not even in the existence. The molecules haven't even formed. What? What? Like, mm-mm. Come on.
My biggest thing with that, I feel like with me in discipline where it comes to actually getting whoopings, I feel like I don't feel confident in the fact that I'll probably do that because this is the mere fact of I feel like communication increases your intellectual abilities. If I can address to you and communicate to you why it was wrong and what kind of went wrong and why I feel the way I feel about it, okay, your intellectual level goes up because now you understand, hey, my mom told me why it was wrong. Now, if I'm sitting here beating you and talking about why I was wrong, babe, you are only going to get some of the understanding of why it was wrong. You're not going to get the full understanding. And then the whole coming back later and having that discussion, dude, I done already sat there and cried for a minute. I don't care what you got to say now. I'm just gonna nod and say okay because but it's just like overall, yeah. Black Twitter has to have that conversation way too frequently. It's a little scary. It scares me how many people without kids and haven't even conceived children say they're gonna beat their child. I think you should look at parenting styles before you do it.
Yeah, because like you said, like a lot of it depends on the child. Like there are some children who do not like respond to they like there's a lot of children who do not respond to just having that conversation, and there is like an extra needed, but that's not for every kid. Like
One day I want Jasmine to just make a Twitter and just watch the madness unfold when somebody just asks the question, are you going to discipline your children physically? And I'm just like, you're gonna watch the devil rise again look like because it's gonna be so bad. Just like you have some people on the side who say, why don't you feel like you should try other parenting style? And then they'll be like, yeah, because my mama did it and I turned out fine. Okay, you got some people
are
who
you okay? Are you really?
mama beat them all. Are you really? Because it sounds like you got a little trauma
A little
behind your
bit,
voice.
a little bit.
But you got parents who beat their children into the penitentiary, as much as the ones who beat them out of it. So there's no point in saying, yeah, whooping your children is the best discipline because it's not. Because now your children have some dislike towards you, some little, I don't know the word for it,
Animosity.
animosity towards you, and now you're trying to figure out why your kids putting you in a nursing home. Stop doing that. The I've noticed mostly the parents that put their children on social media to teach them a lesson are black parents. It mainly ends up on black social media like Facebook, like well not I can't say black social media like black that side of it, Facebook, Twitter. I feel like that's not okay because at the end of the day, you gonna think you deleted it, but it's still gonna be there forever. That's what like as much as my parents tell me
Somebody has saved it. Somebody has shared it with someone else. Like it's out
the
the
meme page. It's
yeah.
been reposted a million times, been on the shade room. Like my whole thing is like as much as our parents tell us, hey, watch what you do on social media, it's a lot of parents that don't watch what they post on social media because do you not think that
That's gonna follow you.
as much as it affects me, it affects you as well?
And
And if you do the same exact thing,
because then
your
you
job see the
are,
you don't put me on social media and embarrass me type stuff. Like that's what I said. You don't learn anything from that. You learn embarrassment. You learn humility. You learn being how to be humiliated and how
mm,
you gonna have to deal with it for a few years because it's not going away just immediately.
and
So
won't.
overall, bro, the whole parenting aspect, I feel like parenting period on black or white Twitter or regular Twitter, whatever you want to say, yeah, let's not put it on there. Let's not put it on any social media. How you raise your children is up to you.
Mm-hmm.
But since we're on the aspect of children, let's talk about how I can equally say it might be both sides of Twitter or both sides of social media that says something, but how people with no children or people with kids, whatever, feel like they should have a say over certain. They should have a say on how a celebrity parent could
Oh my
raise their
god.
child. You already know where I'm going with this.
I
You already know the
think
first family I'm thinking of.
everybody and their mama feels like they should have a say so in how celebrities are raising their children just because they are in
Are
the
putting out
limelight.
social.
Just because they're in the limelight does not mean that your words are going to affect how they parent their child. You know, like
You wasting your time and you wasting the little buttons in your finger. Because I'm just like, my whole thing is these folks rich.
they
They
can
cannot raise their child if they actually choose to. They
they
can
can
get a
pay somebody
nanny
to
and
do it
do that
for
all
them.
day. They can pay somebody else to raise their child. You have to worry about how you're going to raise your child. So I think it's best you focus on one aspect of your life and not another. Because you already know what family I'm thinking of right now. And it's the Wade family.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people have sat here and talked so ill will and talked down on how Dwayne Wade has actually chosen to parent Zaya when it's the whole aspect of Zaya has not even decided what she's going to do. She just wants to be comfortable in a certain aspect. She wants to see what it's like.
Herself, you know.
Now everybody, I don't feel like they should go through that surgery and stuff. You were born, the Bible says. I'll be like, yeah, stop throwing the Bible at everybody.
Yeah, because
Everybody don't believe in the same thing.
first of all, even when it comes to the people throwing the Bible and throwing Bible verses at people, first of all, half of y'all don't even know what that whole chapter is about. You literally choose one part that seems like it could go with what you're saying,
And
and
you
you're
use it.
going to use
Mm-hmm.
that. And it's like if you read the rest of it doesn't even apply to your situation, and in fact it goes against what you're saying. I just hate when people will just spew certain things, and it's just like, how would you feel if this was you and all these other people are saying you can't do that because you don't know yourself yet?
And be like, yeah, I'm just like, everybody's like, yeah, she's choosing to be this way. Or they want to disrespect her and say, yeah, he's choosing. Yeah, don't disrespect the person because don't disrespect Zai because at the end of the day, you know how you want to be treated. You want your actual pronouns. Say you're a male and you that's what you identify as. That's what you say you were born as. Okay, you want to be called a male. Somebody calls it a she. Not how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
That's why my whole thing is if I have nothing to do with it, I'm keeping my mouth shut. Of course they're in the public eye. Of course things are gonna be said, but it's a certain way. Some of y'all need to go. Some of y'all think y'all doing something and you're not.
Yeah,
You're just
like,
doing hate and it's really annoying.
like you say that, like, I'm just giving my opinion here. No, you're not.
Your opinion is also
You're
seated in hate.
you're hating, you're spewing negative energy towards these people. And it's like, you don't even know them. You don't know the conversations that they've had. You don't know the information that they've looked into. You don't know all the different things that they have done within their good old lives.
Right.
You don't know them. So it's like, just because they're celebrities and their lives are on display doesn't mean that you need to say so in their lives.
Babe, it's so wild because I've noticed on our side of social media, we choose the wrong we it seems like we choose the wrong people to say call ourselves idolizing.
Mm,
Not y'all idolizing Boosie and talking down on D Wade. D Wade ain't been in jail and ain't seen his kids for years. D Wade ain't did that.
mm.
Boosie did that. Boosie also put his child in a certain light. And like it was the whole thing. I'm just like, do we all forget that happened? And do we all not talk about it? And then it's like, who's taking parenting advice from Boosie? Who? Stop listening to him. And then here we go with the next thing. I'm gonna just go ahead and get into it. Black Twitter and how we have to continue to argue and speak on how women should be able to do whatever they want with their bodies and with themselves.
Yeah,
Lori Harvey, Megan Thee
I've
Stallion,
seen it
Cardi.
so much because there's always this double standard on Black social media whenever a woman is so comfortable within her sexual being. It's really so annoying because it happens on both Black Twitter, the Black Instagram, like all of it. It's just there's like whenever there's any type of Black female empowerment within their bodies, there has to be something wrong with it. Like especially like when WAP came out and people were like, Cardi, but don't you have a daughter? Like, do you listen to this like in the house when your
Her
daughter's around?
cues to it. Why should ours?
First of all, if you even pay attention to anything that Cardi does, whenever she would see that her daughter was in the vicinity and the song was playing, she would turn it off. She
Sorry, you can't do that to your child. Sorry, you can't.
and this for the people who are like, um, like y'all are like, these rappers and these female rappers shouldn't be talking about this and that. Why are you letting hip hop raise your children? You're raising your child, right? So if you don't want them to listen to it, don't play it.
Yeah, let's compare what originally you were raised off of. That wasn't no better, but it was just male saying it. That's why you accepted it more. I'd be like,
And
sister,
not only was it Mel saying it, it was, I feel like now the way that things are being talked about is just there. Like there's no like hidden message, no innuendos. And in like the 90s, early 2000s, it was more innuendos. I'm not gonna say it, but I'm saying it type
your
stuff.
song would be overall what it's called. Yeah, be what they're trying to do.
Yeah. So it's like the music, it's like y'all really be trying to blame female rappers for doing the same things that guys do, but just because we're females, we can't say the same thing. And then when it kills me though, when Black Twitter be like, there's some people on Black Twitter who are like, all you girls, all you female rappers now are just saying the same thing. Y'all rapping about the same thing. There's nothing new that's coming out. But don't y'all male rappers do the same thing?
What like what? Everybody has so much of an opinion on everybody else, and it's just like you tell people stop pocket watching, stay out of other people's business, do all of this stuff. But when it's a celebrity, oh yeah, it's free game. It's not because there's still people too. They just got money. They
Yeah,
just
and
do
I feel
stuff
like
to entertain us.
a lot of times it gets so confused. Like people get really like distant from their idea. Celebrities are people too. They
They
just
probably got that money, but
they
that don't take away
they're
nothing
still
from you.
humans. They have feelings. They have emotions. They can feel the same things you can feel. Like it's just crazy how detached from that like that connotation that people get, and it's just like, how would you feel if all these people are saying this about you? Like step in their shoes for once. Like
Exactly. What exactly do we even expect? So why we expect so much stuff to change in everybody else, and we do this, and it's so common in our own communities. That's just weird to me. But if we're going to continue to talk about Black Twitter and its toxicity, overall, I think that so it's so much the toxicity it comes with. Now, I'm not going to put this in the level of same toxic level of toxicity because hey, you're going to receive criticism for your works and stuff. Um, you see the battles when it comes to loving an artist. You
mm-hmm.
constantly have to defend your love for an artist.
Yeah, and don't let you be a late runner to being
Don't
a
be late.
artist.
Don't be
Oh
late.
my gosh.
You
Like
wasn't here since. Did I just shut up? Everybody can't come at the same time.
you wasn't here since 2005 when they first dropped their first mixtape.
I was in kindergarten. Shut up.
How could I have? How could I have?
You let me know what kindergarten teacher was playing Travis Porter up in the. Shut your mouth. Shut up. Shut up. I'd be like, why do y'all think it's such a competition of when you listen to an artist? Shut up.
And it's so funny
Shut
because
up.
people are so like they're so committed to like
They
they're
love gatekeeping an artist. They need money. Let them play their music
oh,
and get their cash. Like, don't bring so and so to TikTok. Shut up. Shut up.
because honestly, when people are like, "Oh, but you're bringing their music to this TikTok and they're only getting like 60 seconds of a song, you don't know this, yada yada." First of all, if a song, a lot of times now, when a song is trending on TikTok or #1 on TikTok,
They
it is
getting their
doing
money.
well. It is doing well on Billboard. Okay, for the simple fact people are trying to find it and like do videos and stuff to it. Like it's helping their actual song trend. Y'all really be trying to gatekeep y'all's favorite artists from being great on these social media platforms, and y'all are stopping their bag.
Stuffing bags trying to gatekeep. Stop gatekeeping stuff.
You want them to be mainstream so bad, but yeah, you ain't letting them be mainstream.
You want them to get their flowers. Shut up. Stop gatekeeping it. Because it does not matter what you like and what you listen to all day, every day. Yeah, he's my favorite artist. I just don't think you should just be letting anybody listen to it. You anybody. Shut up.
You sound dumb. You sound real
Very. Like the whole premises of gatekeeping is supposed to be based off culture, to be honest. As a Black community, we have to gatekeep what we have. Being Black in America, we have to gatekeep stuff that we have here.
I feel like the main thing of just the main problems of Black sides of social media comes in where the toxicity of just like taking things too far. And you know, just because it's toxic at times doesn't mean that we don't enjoy it, because there are really good parts of Black social media. Okay, we got the jokes, we got the laughter, we got the videos, we got the memes that happen. Okay, like don't get us wrong, like we know that we're saying like some of the not so great parts, but it's like we're expanding upon like the view of the whole aspect, guys. Like just because we're saying
we gonna ride for our culture, period. But at the same time, like just as much as we call out anybody else, we're gonna call out our own people.
Yeah,
we're not gonna sit and watch. It's okay. It's okay to have some flaws in your community, but it's not okay to pretend to ignore it. That's one of our things that I know me and Jasmine have always tried to point out. We're not going to just allow any little thing or just say pretend like any little thing doesn't exist because it's Black. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Like, period. Like at the end of the day, we might have turned out fine, but some of the stuff that occurred in the time that we was getting to be fine might not have been great. And might need to be called out. So it's just like overall, it needs to. It's stuff that I think social media has really definitely shown us needs to be stopped, because hey, you just when we was younger, it was just hating. You just hating. Now you hating, and now it's stuck on social media. Now it's all over the place. Now you argue with everybody mama. Now you argue with everybody cousin. Anybody, you live in Atlanta, somebody over in New York can argue with you. It doesn't matter anymore. And your hating has gotten worldwide, babe. Worldwide.
Everybody can see it. Everyone.
Your granny's best friend can see it now. Stop hating on social media. Overall, I keep saying overall because I'm trying to go into the next segment. But like as a unit, I think the Black side of social media, which we can't even say we don't have it, because everybody knows it's the fun side of social media. But
it can get a little messy.
It can be. It can be, but it's not to the point where we do not call it out. You've noticed many people call it out. Regular Twitter can be toxic.
Regular Twitter can be toxic. It's not even just Black Twitter. Like regular Twitter, like that's one of the main reasons why I don't even have a Twitter in general. Like for my own self, personal.
I keep forgetting.
Personal wise is why I don't have a regular Twitter, because Twitter itself can be super just toxic and like it can be overwhelming. So like I was like, let me just I'm gonna stick to my Instagram, me and you, 2+2. You know, I'm gonna stick to what I know.
So this week we do not have a Queen Teams. We try to keep it moving, we try to keep pushing it. So let us go ahead and get. So y'all, all right, everybody, we are now at the end of the show. So let us put you onto some things that we have been loving lately. It's starting from music, movies, shows, and even books. So let me put y'all on. This might be problematic because we've been talking about Black Twitter, and he thinks he's black sometimes. Well, he did for a while. Let's talk about Peaches by Justin Bieber. That song, it's it. I don't care what nobody says. I love that song. I don't. You want to argue? We can fight. But yeah, Jasmine, go ahead, put on.
Okay. For this week's, let me put you on. I'm going to, don't mind me. I'm going to put you guys on to a show that I just finished. It is an anime show. It's called Kuroko no Basket, and in English it's called Kuroko's Basketball. It's great. If you like basketball, you'll like this show because the graphics are amazing. Okay, they go in. Just saying. So that's what I'm putting you guys on to this week. Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, like video, subscribe, leave a comment, do your thing. Shut up, Jasmine. It's been a long week. Leave me alone.
I didn't. Okay.
Shush. But overall, we are glad that you enjoyed this week's video. Let us know in the comments what you want to see. Let us know on our Instagram page what you want to see. Jasmine, do your thing.
Yes, guys. Thank you for tuning in this week. Make sure you turn in next week for our next video. We're excited about next week. Want to know why? Do you want to know why? Because it's 404 Day. Okay, we're celebrating 404 Day. So stay tuned for that video that is coming. And we're real excited. Stay tuned. Keep up with our social medias. So you can stay updated on when we're gonna post, when we may not post. Talk to us. Keep in touch. And make sure you share this with your friends. Share this with your boss, with your coworkers, anyone you see on the street. And yeah, thanks for joining us this week, guys. Bye.